All right, all right. We are live at 5. Um, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome to Moving to FLA. If you're new here, my name is Christian Clay, and on this channel, I bring on some of the big dogs that we have on the team, like Mr. Corey here today. And, today we're breaking down a community in Lutz, Florida, and the objective here is we want to make sure that we're giving you everything that you need to know. We're going to show you what you need to know. We're going to tour a home. We're going to break down numbers, talk about the lifestyle that's in the area. And if we miss something, just let us know down below so we can answer that question for you. But I want to welcome on Mr. Corey Hamilton. Man, we're starting off with some
What's up?
water views here, man. Talk to us. What are we looking at here today?
Yeah, so over here in Lutz, which is going to be just to the west of Wesley Chapel, just 15 minutes north of Tampa. It's a beautiful area. It's a little more original. So we see some of the older homes in this area that have bigger yards, bigger acreage. You don't see a lot of new construction in Lutz, but when you find these nice little pockets, it's because you can see that they're a little bit more peaceful. You get the conservations and the wildlife. And this particular community we're going to look at today is really a excellent location within Lutz.
That's right, man. So for those of you who are not familiar with Lutz, like you said, it's north of Tampa. So here's Land
Mm-hmm.
Lakes, here's Lutz, here's Wesley Chapel. A lot of people are fans of Wesley Chapel here. And here's a small little breakdown. So within this community, you got a 4-minute drive to a Publix. So you're not far off from a bunch of things to do. Tampa Premium
Yes.
Outlets, which I feel like, look at this, look at all this red in here right now, right? Like it's a
Yeah.
terrible time. It's a real time though. Like another reason why we
Yeah.
do this show is we want to show you what's real. So it says 25 minutes. I'm pretty sure we can cut that down to about 15 some parts of the day. 30-minute drive to the airport and to the beaches about an hour. Okay, about an hour and 8 minutes. So wanted to show everybody some proximity
Yeah.
things.
I'm glad you brought those up too. The Publix is actually across the street. So I
Yeah.
think it's less than 4 minutes. You could probably get there in like a minute and a half. In that same plaza that they have the Publix, there's gyms, Verizon, banks, a sports bar, Starbucks, First Watch is right there, the breakfast place, an AutoZone. So the daily living right across the street there that they kind of built for the community is awesome. It's right off of State Road 54. So you go straight down 15 minutes to the Tampa Premium Outlets. That's the average time it's going to take you. If you go the other direction, all of State Road 54 from the outlets and even further into Wesley Chapel over to Zephyr Hills, all the way out to Palm Harbor on the coast. That entire strip was 2-lane roads and farmland about 10 years ago.
Isn't that
If you go
crazy?
down it now, it's a city, hotels, restaurants, everything you can think of, apartments, Publix, gas station, this storage unit. Like every time I drive down it, a week later, there's a brand new building up.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is absolutely crazy. People that drive it when they're at it, they leave and come back. They're like, "This is one of the most remarkable things I've seen in Tampa growth." Like the way it's built over here.
Yeah, especially if you're used to what it used to look like, right? And
Of
it's kind of like
course.
that newer area that everybody wants to be right now. All of the, the retail. And I think the good thing about it is it goes over to the coast. So I think people are seeing that hype and building into that.
That's right. It goes right to Palm Harbor, so you can get Palm Harbor and go south into Clearwater without ever having to hit one of those major bridges across the water where a lot of traffic builds up and people don't like to drive that at certain times of day.
Hmm.
You don't have to hit a bridge to go there. Like you said, the location, it's right off of Dale Mabry, which is a main artery through Tampa that goes right past Raymond James Stadium, the International Plaza, and right down to the airport. And they also have the Suncoast Parkway, which was recently built as well. That's going to be just to the west. That will take you to kind of the west side of the airport in Tampa over to like Town and Country. Both lead right into the Bayshore kind of area, South Bay.
Nobody knows
So
these
yeah,
streets
that's
like you know these streets, man.
I don't know. That's right.
We
That's
have to
right. So
get you
we
a
were
shirt
in.
that says "My Streets" on it.
These are my streets at this point. This community has 300. Look at these beautiful like home sites. This community is awesome. There's only 386 homes in here between single family and townhomes. There's only one single family home left. I believe it's going under contract soon, but they still have a few townhomes. This particular community, Parkview at a Long Lake Ranch, was in 2021 rated the best community in Tampa by the TBVA, which is the Tampa Bay Builders Association, and they work as a board for all the builders.
Right.
And as you can see, in 2024, we're getting already quickly to that sold out phase because this is a hot community for the location, the amenities, all the shopping near to it. And I think probably the best part we didn't even touch on yet is the schools. All three schools, elementary, middle, and high school, are across the street.
So
right next to that Publix as well.
not only are they schools that people want to go to, they're right there. It
And
makes it that much easier for you.
exactly. So you got Elementary, which is an A-rated school. They got a little over 1,000 students with a 17-to-1 student to teacher ratio. A-rated in diversity. You got Charles Rush Middle School, same thing, B plus rated, only around 1,500 students, 20-to-1 ratio. And then we have Sun Lake High School, which is a really nice school that they have very high graduation rates, 25-to-1 ratio, A-rated in diversity, and the Sun Lake Seahawks they have a good athletic program over there too as well.
So I would say that this community checks a lot of boxes, and I would even say that this location could be better than a lot of locations in Wesley Chapel, where everybody's running to. Everybody wants to be in Wesley Chapel. This actually puts more at your fingertips than being in Wesley Chapel.
I agree with that. It really does. And with that being said, like you said, with the schools, the location, you know that there's fees in a lot of communities in Wesley Chapel. You have fees within this community as well. You still receive those amenities, good school districts. But when you're looking at townhomes, that's kind of that maintenance free where you don't have to mow your lawn. You get the roof maintenance covered, your water is paid for in the HOA fees. So this is another kind of that living it's an easy lifestyle within this community. It's a very easy, and I think it's for those young families that love the day-to-day life with quick access to schools across the street. Publix is right there. Your bank's across the street. But you can shoot into Tampa in 20 minutes if you want to go see the game tonight. Like right there. Perfect location.
I was gonna say this type of living is for somebody who either has that young family, like you said, or feels like
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say they either own multiple properties or they want to live like they own multiple properties, meaning maintenance free. They don't need to be there at all times, right? You can bounce around and go to other places. Probably not for you if you want that acre of land and you don't want to hear anything. Is this downtown?
Yeah.
No, but there's quite a bit to do in the area.
Yeah. But I've been seeing a lot of families that we've been working with as using this as a starter home when they have young kids to get into, because some of these townhomes go up to almost 3,000 square feet. So it's not really like a townhome feel when you're inside. It is a full size home being, up to 2,700 square feet. Then also, like we said, the potential of equity growth from this area in this community at the price point and the rental opportunity. If you are looking to grow a small portfolio or just upgrade your home, and renting out this home and still obtaining the same mortgage allows you to qualify for more money with a second home.
Exactly.
So
They can
the
turn that to income.
opportunity of exactly, and that's the opportunity that you have when you do buy a townhome is, like you said, the easy living, the location, and if it's not going to be your forever home, you can still turn around in a few years and make some wealth off of it.
Yeah, we recently had a client in Angeline that's like, hey, I
Hmm.
might live here for a year, but the objective here is to rent this thing out. That's where we're gonna head to with this thing. And they don't
They
have to
bought it
be
at the
around.
beginning, and
They don't have to be around to mow the
exactly.
yard and do all the exterior maintenance and stuff. So it can act like a property manager for you to an extent.
That's a great point. I was speaking with a client that I'm going to hopefully start working with today about they own a townhome. They bought it a couple years ago. I kind of just showed them what they've been selling for in her community because they're sold out. And now she's like, wow, she's instantly thought, do I want to get another one? Do I want to get a single family home now? Do I want to rent this? Do I want to sell it?
Sure.
But like you said, to be when you don't want to do management on a home yourself, or you do feel like maybe it's a big task to take on with your day to day life, this is as good as it gets. When you're like, it's gated, it's going to be mowed, all the common areas, the property will, everything on the exterior is maintained. You got very little to worry. If you get good residents in there, you can worry about very little in just appliances or things that you'll have to take care of down the road.
That's the key to rentals is having a good tenant inside of your property.
Good tenants, yes.
Good tenants. All right. So what else do we have about this community? What about jobs in the area?
So I think because of its location, you're looking at all of the jobs in
Yeah.
Tampa. You can, like you said, you can get to South Tampa and work at Tampa General Hospital and be there in 30
One
minutes
of the best
without having to
hospitals.
go.
One of the best hospitals in the nation, actually.
Exactly. That's without even saying the many hospitals that are on the same exact road too.
Yeah.
There's over, I think, 7 hospitals right just on State Road 54 in a 20-minute proximity. They just built a new one off of Little Road. That's about 15, 20 miles down the road here. And that's a whole nother growth area over there by Bexley and Starkey Ranch that's been a little bit more developed now. But these are the pockets that of the Lutz, Lando Lakes area that people love because of the nature preserves, the kind of slower pace life, the easy access. You know, Publix, if they see a new community, they're building a store. That's pretty much
Yeah,
how we've kind of seen these days. They're gonna put their store right out front and just take
they
7,000
know
homes and all the
it's
people.
it will work. It will work. It will not
It
fail.
will work. It definitely does, and I'm sure if I lived right there, I'd be going across the street too if I needed something instead of down the road.
By the way,
So
if you're watching from
it's
New York or if you're watching from Jersey, Publix is where you get your groceries. If you haven't seen our video, our me and Corey's Lagoon episode recently where we're eating pub subs on the other
yeah,
channel, but yeah, that's where you'll do most of your shopping, groceries and stuff.
absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, we're definitely both very bullish on this builder, the interior package they offer. I think you can see the amenities are amazing here: fire pits, grills, tot lot, playground, that
Yeah.
huge green space they have just to kick a ball around or play football,
This is re-
roll.
this
I don't
is
know, whatever you
resort
do.
styled amenities. Like I feel
It
like
is.
like on a Saturday I can take the family down there and we can enjoy ourselves.
And that's kind of the feeling you get in the community. You see a lot of people walking dogs, walking their strollers, playing at the dog park. It's a very like family oriented resort kind of community. And even from the landscaping, the palm trees,
Yeah.
everything in the community. Then they give some like natural ferns and stuff too. It's a very homey vibe. And that's why I'm like, this kind of caters to those young families. And we were in this community working with two clients that had a young daughter looking at a private school in Tampa from Orlando. And they were like, if we got into this community, we might not have to pay for the private school and we could save a little more money to put towards, the house or other things because she can get into a great school without having to go to a private school. And one of our other clients from LA was doing the same thing. They pay X amount of dollars in LA and they're like, hey, if we live in Wesley Chapel, we don't have to pay for private school. It puts money into our mortgage. We can get a nicer house if we want to.
By the way, big shout out to all of our clients. We appreciate you. Most of our clients come from this show right here, so we really do appreciate you. It feels really good
Yes.
when everything comes full circle. So, all right, we ready to
Yeah.
jump into this home tour?
Yeah, let's do it. This is one of my favorite floor plans that they offer. They have a few floor plans that this is going to be one of the higher price ones, but they have a couple others that are in a perfect price range that still offer high end finishes, great layouts. And in comparison to the other townhomes in the Wesley Chapel, Orlando Lake Lutz, I think this builder does it just one step above all of them.
Yeah, yeah, they do a really, really good job. I really do
Yeah.
like Madamy's
Yes.
work. They just
Correct.
have a variety of finishes that just don't bore you,
Hmm.
right? Like you can kind of have a home that's different than everybody else that's on your strip.
That's exactly it. So that's what we see with a lot of the builders. It's like we have this floor plan or this floor plan. And you go in and it just is so underwhelming, right? It's like,
Yeah,
oh, I just doesn't feel. If you're already in townhome, you want these kind of look how open it is,
yeah.
bright windows, the light fixtures. These townhomes are wider
The
than the
crown
traditional townhomes
molding.
you're seeing. Crown molding, backsplashes,
Yeah,
the railings, everything's kind of updated. And like we said, it's very wide in here.
yeah.
So even having that wider field doesn't feel like you're just walking down a tunnel like in a standard or traditional townhome that you'll get. Two-car garages. This model is 2,586 square feet, four bedrooms, three baths. Uh,
That's a big townhome.
it
2,500
is.
square foot. That's big.
So that's where I think the investment side of buying townhomes in the Wesley Chapel and Lutz area is a perfect idea because you can live in them pretty comfortably
Yeah.
when you have the space and like we said, even just the width that they build this particular model at just gives you that like easy living feeling and that grand kind of feeling. But they're going to be so easy to resell or to rent in the
Yes.
future when
Yes.
everything is kind of bought out in this area, but people want to live close to shopping and everything, but it's all going to be purchased, developed, and sold out.
I'm looking at these picture windows here, man. Love these things.
Love the picture windows. Yes, yes. So this end unit, you will always get a ton of lighting, which is really nice. But surprisingly, what they do with some of their interior units is really nice. They do glass front doors, which allows the light to come through, and then they do big sliders as well throughout the back that kind of give you nice lighting. So I took a client from an NU to a center and kind of was like, hey, just so you know, when we look at the center, it might look a little bit just because you don't get the windows on the side. But we walked in and we didn't think anything of it. We're like,
Yeah.
okay, it looks great in here.
I think a
It's
question
just
that a
kind of
lot of
like we
people
said, what they do
have
with it.
a question that a lot of people
Hmm.
have, especially with townhomes being attached to another unit, is, well, wouldn't it be loud? Wouldn't I be able to hear them? And I think you all would be surprised at like how insulated these things are. You really don't hear anything that's going on next to you. Now, if you were to have like a condo with people above you, maybe, I don't know, but all of my clients have been surprised that they just don't hear the people next to them.
That's the beautiful part of it too, is that with these new construction builders, they are really giving you that insulation and that comfort of not having to feel. Most of these people, like we said, they are living in this area. These aren't this isn't a complete community of renters. They are like, this is their primary residence here. So with that being said, they want the comfort too of not having as much, noise on each side. But townhomes in this area, like I said, even with the peaceful backyards, most of these, you'll see these lots are on water. So it's just, you're going to get a better feel than I think you would expect to in a townhome. So I just would never count it out if you're like, hey, townhome's not for me, I want single family. Well, why don't you check it out and get a little more information, see a neighborhood, and see how nice maintenance-free living can be with your HOA CDD fee that you don't get with the single family homes in a lot of communities.
For sure. This would be a full bath down here, yeah?
That's correct, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, this one does have 3 full bathrooms.
Cool. I'm interested in seeing the loft upstairs.
The loft is pretty awesome. This one, like I said, I think they put a lot of the square footage into that area. Which I
was going to say 2,500 square foot. Really, we're going to see something.
Yeah, you got to see it here. What I love too about this builder is that we're just talking about the townhomes, how it kind of could look mundane if you go into a neighborhood, like just a row. They do different sections of townhomes with different exteriors. They have like a French craftsman, a contemporary, a modern, and they'll do different exteriors on all the different townhomes. So they don't look the same. They all look very unique, and they're all beautiful as well.
That is a game changer. We can take you to other builders, and it looks like a prison. You're just walking through, and it's just like the same townhome block on every single corner that you see. So that's nice.
You're not lying, though. You're not lying about that. That's for sure. So yeah, we're gonna go down into the owner's retreat over here, and look at even the laundry room. It's not just your laundry room in the garage or right off the garage. It's a dedicated room upstairs with all the bedrooms, cabinetry. There's enough room to put a sink in there.
I would love to know everybody's blinds. Oh, they do include the appliances and blinds.
Yes, that can be included as well. Yep. So. Yeah, what were you gonna say about the laundry room upstairs, downstairs?
I want to know everybody's thoughts. Is that something that you like? Is that something that you dislike? Because I've seen people on both ends of the spectrum, just total opposites, and they had conviction with what they've said too. So, are you okay with that? Do you even care? Let me know.
No, I couldn't agree more. Personally, for me, I think it's awesome to have it upstairs right where your clothes is, so you're not toting baskets of clothes. Imagine being a mother of 4 children having to go up the stairs and downstairs to the laundry all day.
You need a laundry chute, man. You need a laundry chute. Have we shown a property with a laundry chute on here yet?
I just saw one the other day.
Did you?
We'll have to show it soon. Yep.
That'd
we'll
be
have
cool.
to show it soon. Mm-hmm.
So this
my
is
grandparents' house had a laundry chute.
Did they really?
Yes.
I'm surprised that builder in Dade City doesn't have one.
Oh, inland homes, yes. Well,
yeah,
we did. No, they didn't have one.
They strike me as a builder.
They look like they would be. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. I was trying to think. I was like, where was that home that I saw? I'll have to go through and I'll pull it out. It might be a resale home.
Yeah. So obviously the features of the finishes of the home, I don't have to harp on it too much, but you see what they're able to do. It's different, right? Like the tray ceilings, the frameless doors on the shower. And that was a big old walk-in closet as well. And this loft space. I know we didn't grade
loft is huge.
We didn't grade the loft. We didn't grade the pantry. But this loft right here for a 2,500 square foot townhome, we're going to give them a 4.7 stars. 4.7 stars.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And this builder, like we said, with the things that you get included in that CDHOA, you're still paying less than you would probably in a lagoon.
Yeah.
So having your lawn taken care of too, if you just include that for over a year, that's at least $100 a month or somewhere around there to have a lawn company. So it saves you $1,200 a year right there.
I don't think many people put into perspective all of the numbers when it comes to purchasing a home, right? Everybody's just I want to live here or here. I want this square footage or this square footage. But if we were to show you, how many times have we started showing somebody a property in the lagoons? North Tampa and ended in Riverview or Apollo Beach or whatever, right? And
100%.
When you start putting the numbers in, then you start to realize what we can maneuver. You made a perfect point right here. With these HOA and with this HOA and this CDD fee versus the lagoons, you can get so much more out here than you can over there.
That's correct.
And you get the exterior maintenance as well.
Exactly. And that's kind of what we do when we speak to our clients. Like you said, they see the lagoon or maybe a price point that they like, but then we have to break down where the HOA and CDE goes into that estimate sheet on your taxes and how that's going to affect you every year, how that could change from year to year. What else are they offering you with the interest rate buy down? Or if you are cash, how much are they offering you? Like where do all the numbers break down to, and what's most important with you? Our last client we were dealing with, they were paying cash. So we weren't thinking about a mortgage payment for them. We don't have to worry about their interest rate buy downs. We're just like, what's going to be the best price and how are the taxes and CDDs going to affect you year to year? Other clients are looking at first time home buyer. So what's that mortgage going to look like for you? How much do you need to get out of pocket to get to a comfortable mortgage with those CDDs and taxes? If we go to this community, they don't have a CDD fee. That's $200 less a month, $250 less a month. Taxes are less over here. You still get a pool just like in this one. You love this community just as much as this one. So yeah, the numbers breakdown is really where you get to the nitty gritty of what do you love or which community do you love the most? Because you can love anything beautiful under the sun that's in front of you. Sure. But if it doesn't work for you, it's just kind of a wasting your time and your emotions.
Yep, 100%. But I would say this, that it's important to reach out early, right? Like shoot the text message, send the email. Everything's floating above in the description down below. That way we can start the process with you, even if you're far out. Like we want to make sure we're sending you ideas and giving you the real. The one advantage I would say that we have is that we've been through it. We've sold with all of these builders. So like we can give you the things that people don't think about until it's closing time. And they're like, really? I didn't know that, right?
Yep. And I think that's where a lot of our clients find the best use and the most like quality from us, is where we can ask those questions, break down the numbers, break down the communities and the areas, schools, jobs, growth, everything that kind of goes into play. There's a lot of factors that go into buying a house. And sometimes if you aren't doing it every day, you might miss a step or miss something that might affect you further in the future. We had someone recently we were working with, they saw a property and they really want to secure it. But I was like, we have to make sure that lot is okay. There's like, sometimes they run in there and they've seen a bunch of homes. And they're like, oh, I love this one. Let's do it. I like it. But it's like, hey, did you realize that is a retention? This might go there. You might not be able to fence as far as you thought you did because we didn't look at the plot map of there. You could get a privacy fence, but you can't, and your little dog can slip through the wrought iron fence. So like, can that lot even work for you? So it's like, we have to just break down every little step of what goes into buying a home and how it will affect you today and in the future.
100%, man. Hey, there's no better person to shop with, especially like in our Tampa area, than Corey. So he's one of the busiest agents. To shop with. He's one of the busiest agents on our team. He takes care of his people, and I can concur. He's a fun dude to be around. So I can imagine how the clients are around you. I'm pretty sure they have a good time with you.
I just try to make sure they are having a good time. It is not a stressful process. It should be a fun process, but I also want them to have as many facts and information as they can about builders, prices, and areas so that you can make the best decision. As much as I love to vicariously buy through every single one of our buyers, I'm like walking into a house and I'm like, look at this, we're getting this one. This one's great. Yeah. But it's like everything we do is to give you the information and the facts and lay it out in front of you and be like, now you can make the best choice for you, whether it's aesthetically or financially.
That's it. And then we could sleep good at night knowing that we've gave everything to you. All right. So talk to us really quickly. If somebody were to want to buy this thing right here, all right, what incentives do they have? What's required? Talk to us.
Right. So if you are going to purchase one of these homes, the first thing they're going to request to take the house off the market and write a contract is the deposit. The deposit on a home is going to come back to you at the closing table. They take that money as their escrow money to hold the house until you get to the closing table in good faith that you will come through and purchase your obligation on the contract. With that being said, whatever your deposit is will go towards your down payment if you're doing a mortgage. So with this builder, they require a 3.5% deposit with FHA, which is the standard down payment for an FHA loan. So they're just asking you if you have to put this money down.
We lost him there. If he comes back on, I'll let him pick up where he was finishing. So as he was stating, 3.5% as a deposit, right, for them to hold is already going to be your 3.5% down payment regardless. So, you may not get that back at closing if you're already doing an FHA loan. Go ahead. You can finish up.
Nope. I'm glad you kind of took over there for a second. So, yeah, that's kind of how your deposit works. For a conventional loan, they'll request 5%, which is the conventional loan deposit, and then cash will do about 10%. So these are also deposits that we have negotiated many times. We're like, hey, we have 10,000 out of pocket today, which might only be 1.5% or 2%. Can we give you 10,000 today and then work on the rest in 30 days, 60 days? Maybe we have money coming from somewhere. So you don't have to think if we don't have a full 3.5% of the purchase price, we can still work around that. Builders are incentivized to sell homes as well.
Yep.
So they're flexible in that sense, where we have seen clients or builders take much less from our clients on particular situation. It is always case by case, where we speak to the agent speaks to their management team, and we see how we can come together just to make the deal work. Because if you're serious about buying the home, they want to be serious too. They just have to go by protocols to make their job. That's just how they are as a company, and that's
we can't negotiate. We cannot negotiate anything for you all if you don't have that pre-approval or proof of funds in hand, right? If you expect us to run around and do negotiating for you, they're gonna laugh, because they want if you're ready to go. And here's the thing: if we start negotiating for you and we get the deal that you want and you don't act on that deal, the chances of us negotiating another one for them are going to be slim. What they usually do before they say yes, their yes is this: if we get this done, are they going to do it today? If they get it done, if we get this deal, are they going to do it today? And if you don't do that, and if we come back on another one, hey, can you try this one for us? They're going to be like, sorry, it's not happening. So
that's a very good point. That is usually the response. If we say yes to this offer, will they do it today? So it's like, you just have to we'll go to the table and bat for you guys. We'll go do it, but we just have to know that you're ready. You love this home. You want to move on it. And honestly, a lot of our clients, they do understand that process and they are ready to move. So if they're not pre-qualified, it's as simple as, if you want to do this, we can do the deposit and contract today, and you have to do the application, in the next 2 or 3 days, but you have to act on it if you don't want to put your money at risk.
Yeah, and we won't repeat the thing too many times, but I would say the one thing that builders are most comfortable flexing is the deposit. It's the deposit. That's flexing on the price it could be done. It won't really benefit you much, but flexing on the deposit, And usually when you put that deposit down, the builders make these contracts to benefit them, and not in a bad way. A lot of people view it as, man, these builders are mean people, but really they're the ones taking most of the risk, especially if they're building from the ground up. If it's a spec home, it's a little different, but they'll flex on the deposit for you. Not always. It's a case-by-case thing. But yeah, what incentives are we working with here?
So this builder can do up to 6% of the purchase price towards your closing costs rate buy downs. If you're doing an FHA or conventional loan, they'll do 2% if you're doing cash or as investment property, which is still really good for, like I said, this area and community that doesn't, with the high demand, they don't have to flex as much, because people will still buy in this area. So those incentives can be great. And right now what they're offering with their rate buy down program is a 2.99 interest rate for your first year. That will become a 3.99 the second year, 4.99 the third year, and then year 4 through 30 is going to be a 5.99 interest rate. So with that being said, I would kind of bring it to my clients as, hey, this is what the 5.99 interest rate looks like with this home. Is that a comfortable payment for you? Because if it is, then you're already you're going to take a little discount on your mortgage the first couple of years, and that's just beneficial for you. But just know that this is the most important number we're going to want to look at for year 4 to 30. And with that being said, how long are you going to be in this home?
Right.
If you have kids, a couple of our clients, they have kids that are 12 years old. So if they are out in 6 years, you could pay 2 years on that 5.99 and sell the home. You could rent it at that point. You could also refinance the home anytime between day after you get the keys and the next day. Like,
where are all my people at right now that are waiting on the sideline for the rates to come down, right? I'm waiting for next year or the year after because the rates are going to come down. Well, guess what? This is the opportunity that you need right here.
Don't do that.
And that year 4 through 30 is already lower than the national average. So let me just give them a quick idea of what we're looking at right here, okay? So I just did like a $600,000 property. I did like 599 or something like that. Okay, so $600,000. Here's the national average right now, 7%. It puts you at about $4,600 if we're going 3.5% down, which is the FHA. Corey spoke about that earlier. You said it's a 299, right? So here's what a 299 rate looks like. Everything the same, 32.55. You're going to be saving $1,400 monthly on your first year, right? And if you're the person that's on the sideline, like next year when the rates come down, why not save $1,400 before the big crowd comes? And then when the rates come down and everybody runs over there and the price goes up, guess what you do? You refinance. That's if the rate goes down some.
Yes.
That's if the rate goes down some. So that's your first year, and then here is your year 4 through 30. It's $4,200. You'll be saving $417 a month.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, you can still if it's about how long you're going to be in the home, and if rates drop below a certain point, you can just refinance into a new mortgage at that rate, and get that 30-year comfort right there. And that could happen at any time. So it's all about, that's how we try to gauge our buyers too. Where do they want to be? How long are they going to be in the home? What's their plan after that? Or what are their goals? And I think that's one of the biggest factors into how to build growth and equity on purchasing a home here in Tampa.
Hey, I'm taking advantage of a new construction home here pretty soon that we're looking at. And we're going to be reselling it within a year. And I'm taking advantage of the low interest rate. Like, if you're going to invest into a property and hold on to it, let the community close out, like, why not get yourself a 4.75% rate or something like that? Take the really low interest rate and then turn around and resell it. So there's a million ways to skin the cat. Obviously, if you're making this your primary, it's a no-brainer, as low as the price you can get. And then if the rates come down in 1, 2, 3, 4 years, you can refinance. If not, you still have the lowest rate on the block.
That's it right there. And that's, like you said, if you're a person that's been waiting on the fence for rates to come down, it's going to be a much different situation in Tampa when the rates do come. Everyone on the fence is going to jump back in. Prices are going to go up. Inventory will be very low. We might go back to another offer situation. And we had little wind in the air that one of the builders that we love to work with is moving their sale date up and months in advance to open their new community, which will be showing soon. And they're doing it because they already know they want to take advantage of the influx of buyers that will be here in the springtime that are going to be coming. So builders are making these huge moves to open communities well in advance before their sale dates because they know where the market's trending. And I think that's just a good kind of gauge of where we'll be going into this summertime. So waiting is going to be more difficult. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but at this time you can walk in these homes. There's no one else. It's on the market. It's available. It's been available for 2 weeks. The interest rate is 2.99. They're offering you closing cost assistance, 10-year warranty. It's in one of the best rated communities in Tampa, 2021. Like, this one seems like a no-brainer. You get it now. In 2-3 years, you can already see the growth that you've built.
Hey, we're going to be busy regardless. We're just giving you the insight because we care about you all. We're at 350 subs on this channel. Would love to see it grow more. If you're watching it, make sure you're subscribed so you can just tag along on different communities that we're breaking down for you and just different tips and experiences that we bring to the table. At the end of the day, I think Corey and I can just sit here and just talk about new builds and helping clients all day long. But we'd love for you all to chime in as well. So you got anything else for them?
No, this is definitely, I think townhomes should be something that people think about, especially first-time home buyers and renters. The rent market in Tampa are local people. You don't have to be out of state to, buy one of these townhomes. If you're paying rent, I've seen rents go from $1,400 up to $2,200 in a 3 or 4 year window. There is no security in renting, zero. You don't own anything. It's 100% interest rate because that money's going all in the trash. You walk away with nothing at the end of that, stuck trying to find somewhere else to go that's going to be even more expensive because they're going up every year. Buying into a townhome is much like an apartment, just much bigger, several levels, privacy of a garage, a backyard, no maintenance, just kind of like your apartment, except you kind of maintain the interiors, but getting the security of a mortgage and the growth. The young lady I told you about today that I checked out her townhome for, she bought in 2022. They're selling for $60,000 more, the same townhome in that community now. So in 2 years, she could sell $60,000, or she could rent and it would pay over $500 over her mortgage. And now she's like, I can just move and get something else. And in 2 years, who can save $60,000 in 2 years doing nothing? She didn't put a dollar in, she did. She did for sure. So I kind of showed her that, and before I was telling her about it, she's like, don't show me. Then I gave her the breakdown of what she could sell for, what the money would come out to pay off her mortgage that she paid down the 2 years, to pay the commissions or whatever else you need to pay for closing costs, offering the clients incentive, $10,000 or $15,000 too at the closing table, and she would still be netting almost over $60,000.
Hey, I like what you just said. Renting is 100%.
People rent, and that's why the market's so high.
What did
so
you say? You said renting
in,
is. You said renting is 100%.
It's 100% interest rate.
It's 100% interest rate.
You think 7% is high? Well, imagine 100%, because that's what you're doing when you're paying rent. You don't see it. There's no principal on that. You don't pay down nothing. You just throw 100% of that money into the toilet and you flush it every month. And you say buy. You buy one of these homes, like we said, this person's going to cash out $60,000 instead of losing $60,000 in 2 years.
So what do they need to do if they want to win?
They got to tap in. They got to call us. They got to let us know. They got to shoot us that text and get us started. You know, as soon as you text us, we get right to work. We give you a call same day or the next. We get you in with our team, into our group message with our assistant, and then the process just begins from there.
That's exactly right. Okay, cool. Hey, don't give them too much, man. Let's save a little.
All right. I'll slow down. It's all free of charge too. So
it's all free. Oh yeah, my bad. That last little cherry.
It's all free.
It is free of charge. We don't charge you guys
all
anything.
Free charge.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna wrap this up. We appreciate you all tuning in. Corey's gonna bring us, I'm pretty sure, another banger next week, or maybe even at some point.
It's already in the works.
It's already in the works, yeah. And also be on the lookout for some more videos. So we're doing these community breakdowns right now, but we have more things that we're going to start bringing you. We're going to be bringing you tips, things that you need to look out for, community, city breakdowns, right? So like we'll break down an entire city for you. Our goal here is we're going to bring you as much value as we possibly can. Either way, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and we're going to catch you on the next one.